Okay, welcome gamers to episode 3 of this Let's Play series of Master of Magic. This is the press version, not the release version. We've only got 150 turns, we're already up to turn 27, but we're actually doing fairly well. We've taken over this orcish town in the last episode, and we've got a few other towns we want to get. We definitely want to be getting the Highmen town, which is down here, High Fort, and possibly getting another town in the middle here somewhere, I think, as well. Where we just sort of go and get one of our lizard towns. The lizard towns that we're going to be having will have a better time of their happiness overall. We'll play it by ear. We'll just end our turn here, and then we'll start to sort of move off, I think. So what we might do is be careful when you do this. Like we've taken over Largut, and Largut you can see has got 10% unrest at the moment, but we've got we've got essentially 3 combat units plus a leader plus a magic spirit actually in there. Now, a few things we might do. We might just. I'm just going to send the group out from here, just one. But if I send it out to one, I can then move back in again if I have to. So let's just do that. And now we'll just have a quick look and see what is going on in here. It's now gone up to 30, and we've now got 1 rebel in there. There is a total of 5 different units. In fact, you can see them there, like 3 plus 1 plus 1. And so this is going to now slow this thing down a little bit. It's not dramatic, but sometimes this can end up being really debilitating. So just be aware that sometimes you can actually really screw things up if you do leave these towns unprotected like this. In this case, I think I'm going to risk it, or just I'm not risk it. I know that it's going to be okay, but I didn't want to go the full distance away. So that's just a little guide there. Now we want to get down to here, so yeah, we'll just keep on moving now across. Just move this whole army in through there. We'll just end the turn. And on the way, they're already fully healed, actually, or she is a healer, so she's sort of helping them with everything that they're doing. She can just, she's also still got movement. Let's just go and check this out. Accept, and we're not going to do that one, of course. End our turn again. And back in mud spray. What are we doing in there? The farmer's market is 4 turns away. That's actually okay. Things are now quite healthy with everything that we've actually got going, so this is actually working out fairly well. We better start to get some protection back in mud spray. This is our capital. We don't want to have a wandering stack wander into and take over this particular location, or this one here. We have these completely unprotected. It's a bit dangerous doing this, particularly now we should start to see wandering stacks fairly soon in the game, and we don't have any protection anywhere. So we'll eventually fix them up as we just come through, but I want this location because there's mithril down here. Just go and grab that. Now this one gets a bit caught up. The lizards can continue on through, but the human can't make it through the swamp. It's going to just take a bit of time. Down into High Fort. Good location, this one. So we're now in the plains on the mithril, and so we're now going to High Fort. Now High Fort has only got 3 spearmen. This will be a nice easy attack for us. So we'll just command this one personally. Here they come. And I still want to keep everyone together and go back up and start to claim some of these power nodes. There's a few of them around, but let's just move these forward. I want them to come in and do like, so that we end up with getting 2 attacks. So we want to be sort of 2 away. I might have to just move these back a little bit. What's that going to be? So that's going to be moving 2. Yeah, we'll move it back to this line here. So just keep that one where that is. And we'll just do some damage. These ones don't have the big shield, so we should do a bit more damage than what we saw last time. Nope. Still didn't make it through. That's alright. That's what happens. Okay, they're sort of moving all over the place. Block that one off a little bit. That's still actually okay where that is. Get some damage done. There we go. A little bit of damage. Little bit. I'll send the halberdiers in. Again, these should do a lot of damage against these guys. There we go, we've destroyed them completely. And I'll take one hit, but I've got to be careful here. I'm just going to move back. They're going to get another couple of hits against this particular unit. I'll leave that one back as well. Move that one across. The tactical battles are very, very, very simple. Like, they're extremely simple, and it's sort of too simple for my taste. To be honest, I wish that there was a little bit more nuance in the positioning of the forces. Like, I love Age of Wonders for the simple reason that it actually has meaningful battles. Like, the tactical battles are really quite difficult, and I don't expect it to be that sort of complexity, but sort of, you know, more complex than what it is. Like, there's no zone of control that slows you down. There's no sort of zone of control that sort of challenges how you move out. And little things like that I think would actually add to the game, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Yeah, we've got to be a bit careful here. We've only got one shot at us. Yes, we have to now run with this one. That's actually okay. Get the swordsman in here. There we go. Big attacks. There's still one or two left there. Just one. He's down. I do find the user interface through the battles as well a little bit annoying, like with the auto selection, and then when you click on things, it then highlights the actual unit itself. I do that. I make that mistake a lot. Anyway, we've taken this city, which is good. So we want to keep this, and again, we're going to have the same sort of deal that we had up above. There's a bit more down there that we haven't seen. So we do actually have, if we go into High Fort, this has got iron ore. So we can change this to gold ore with the transmute spell, which we don't actually have at this point in time. And we also then have mithril ore. Now, mithril is very, very good. So it provides +1 power to the nearby town, +2 if the town has a miner's guild. Additionally, if the city has an alchemist guild, all new units get magical mithril weapons with +1 attack strength. Now, for me, the main thing is actually the mithril weapons. And so I want to actually go and do that one. We can change this into silver with the transmute spell, but we don't want to do that. We do want the mithril weapons. So again, just hovering over that one, we need to get the Alchemist Guild. Now, if we have a look at the High Fort itself and go into the build queue, we can see there's a whole lot of different things we can get. Now, we're going to be ultimately wanting to come back and get the Builder's Hall, the Alchemist Guild. Let's just go backwards from here. So the Alchemist Guild requires the Sage's Guild. So the Sage's Guild is... where's the Sage's Guild? Actually, I had this one wrong before when I was mentioning it. This is not a... yeah, I thought this was actually one of the religious buildings, but it's actually not. So the shrine is a religious building, and we're wanting to get that one. The shrine then leads to the temple. The temple... Where's the temple? The temple then leads to the Parthenon. And then the Parthenon leads to the cathedral. And so these are all religious. This is ultimately what we need to get. This is going to make this town very, very powerful, but this is going to be a long-term prospect. And I think what I'd prefer to do is I'll eventually go and get the Sage's Guild, and for that one we need the library, but we won't start there. We'll get the library. I think we need the Builder's Hall. Where's the library? There it is there. Yeah, it requires the Builder's Hall. But I want to go and just get the basics first. So let's go and get the Builder's Hall. We'll probably get a few of the religious buildings. So we'll grab that one to start with. We'll close this one off. And really, I think I'm just going to take everyone from here again and move them out and up back up towards the capital. maybe even sort of send them over to see if we can take a few more of the power nodes that are sort of around the place. So I've got one that's fairly easy for us to go and grab. Let's have a quick look and make sure we've got nothing else sort of with any sort of problem. So Largut has only got the one issue there, which is actually not bad. And that's good as well. So we're sort of doing okay. We're starting to expand quite nicely. We'll just close that one off. Now our hero has now leveled up, and so she's now a Myrmidon. That's the level that she's on. So she gets a little bit extra with her attacks. Gets more defense, more resistance, and more health points. So we'll just close that one off. And so eventually we want her leveling up quite a bit. Now Mud Spray, this is our capital. Just go back into our build queue again. We could just start to pump out, well, probably more settlers, I think would be a good idea. I might grab one of those now. There's nothing screamingly urgent for in here. The temple would be good, but I think I'm just going to get another settler. So I'll grab one of those, and then just some spearmen. We can get some cheap spearmen. In fact, I might do that spearman first, actually. I'll just get a couple, but I'll put one of them ahead. I just want to keep one of them in the capital at all times now, because there will be wandering stacks around the place. And the spearman in the capital, the capital has got the Wizard's Tower in the middle here, this large fortress, and it does actually then fire bolts essentially from itself. So it can protect itself as long as there's another unit there with it. So just having one unit there initially will be all we need. Farmer's Market was then produced. That's actually good. We'll just end our turn. And now the groups that are in here, I ultimately want to come across to this one to start with. So it's suggesting we just go this way. I'll just allow it to sort of start to move up this other side. Now High Fort, we should actually have a bit of a look to make sure that this one is also acceptable, which it is. There's enough food being produced to feed the town. That's okay as well. So we'll just close that one off. And we've got the Lizard Spearmen. So we finished off building the Lizard Spearmen. Next is this Lizardman Settler. So we'll grab that one, and then we've got another Spearman there. So the Spearmen, we now actually have at least some protection back that way. And it's just chewing up a little bit of the food. Everything else is looking very, very positive. Oh, move army. Yeah, so I want to lock this one away. And turn. And again, we'll just keep these moving away. And move. This will take some time to set up. So Dry River has now completed its build queue. And so there's things again, like the shrine, we do want to get more of this, which will then reduce the unrest at this particular location. The granary to get more food as well. Just the basics is what we need in these buildings. Close that one off. Now I can start to spend money to increase what we're building. Then we've got Dispel Magic, Spell Research. We'll just close that one off. And we'll pick our next research. Lycanthropy is an interesting one. It's sort of, these are quite cool. I might grab that actually. Get that one researched. And yeah, and we'll come back into this location as well and just pick up in that middle area there between these. We'll get another city in through that side. Now we don't know what's in here. Let's just get our hero just to check it out. There we go. Picked up some more gold. What I might do now is, like, Largut is slowly building the Builder's Hall. That's going to happen very, very quickly. There's a bit of an exploit actually that was explained to me by someone who played the original game, and the exploit's still in the game. I don't know if it should be in the game personally, but anyway, it is in there, so be it. If we go back to, what do we really want to have built? We do want to be sort of, well, the settlers of one thing, but let's not worry about that one. I guess the one area that we really do want to be building up is High Fort as quickly as we can. And so if we have a look at this one in through this side, the Builder's Hall is going to take 9 turns to get this one. We've got, this is the hammers, like the production points, the production hammers back through here. We're making 4 of them per turn, so it's fairly slow going. If we go and get the Builder's Hall in through here, you can see that we're getting 4 per turn, which means that as we build it, we've got 26 of 60 left to go. Next turn there'll be like 22 of 60. We can buy. Actually no, we've done 26. So that means we've got. Hang on, what do we got? We've got 68 in through there. Half that, it's going to be 34. Yeah. So this is going at a 2 to 1 at this point in time. I can start to buy things up. Now, I think I might do that and save the 9 anyway, so let's just go and do that one. But I'll show you another exploit after we get this. I can't do much until I get the Builder's Hall anyway, but we can just start to sort of slowly ramp things up, and I'll show you, like it saves you a little bit, about maybe 20% of your gold by doing it a specific way. But just remember that was a 2 to 1 ratio of money to what we had to then go and build. So we'll just close that one off, and it is an exploit, a bit of an exploit. It's not a massive one, but it is still an exploit. Now we've got the construction has now been completed in through here. All right, so if we go into the build queue and have a look and see what we actually want. So ultimately, there's a few things that we do want to have in through here, like the barracks is say 30 back in through this side. The granary is 40 production. The library is 60, and we do want to end up with the library followed by the Sages Guild, which is 120. Now I can't get the Sages Guild without actually having the library already established, so that one's going to take a little while off. The Miners Guild also is something I could actually aim for at 300. It's a little bit too far off at this point in time. Even the Shrine is something I would like to get just to reduce that unrest. I may rattle at that one there and just sort of see if we can do this one easily. Now this is 26 turns. If I go and grab the Shrine and close this and then go and buy it, it's 400. It's a 4 to 1 ratio of this particular cost in through here. The way around this, there's a couple of ways we can do it. I can just leave the Shrine there for a couple of turns and start to get the production queued up. But the production, it really is magically sort of there for whatever you're currently building. If I switch to something else, it will then use the points that we actually have to then go and build the next thing as well, like the next production building. So it's not invested just in this one building. It's invested across the board. So let's have a look, and if we go back to the build queue again. Oh, look, I'll leave it there for one turn, then we'll come back and have another look at that one. So remember, this is 4 to 1. Previously, when we looked at it, it was a 2 to 1. And so we'll close that one off and just move our army. We do want to sort of move across into here. End our turn. Okay, and we've got now Lizardmen settlers. I'll just go and move these around. Just go and close that. Grab those settlers, and we're going to move them down into this location down in here. So they'll move out that way. Got halberdiers have leveled up, that's good. Largut has now finished its production. Let's just go back into there. The Shrine, again, we want to reduce the unrest, so that's going to be important for us. Again, there's another one of these ones that we're looking at down the bottom there, where we're trying to end up with this. If we go back down to High Fort again, just so we can sort of have a look, we've now gone beyond, like we've now done 4, so we've now got 98, but look at this is no longer a 4 to 1 ratio, it's a 3 to 1 ratio. So if we can get this where we start to sort of creep the money over the halfway points of different things, we can end up getting this fairly cheaply, or cheaper than the actual amount that it costs. So we've got 288 there as the total amount that we actually have. We've got a lot of it back up in through here. Let's just go back to our build queue. If we get something cheap, like the barracks or even the Highman Spearman is only 9. So if we start there and grab one of these, and I'll just queue them up. We've got Highman Spearman, followed by 30 is the next number, so barracks, followed by the granary, followed by the library. That'll do for now. Let's just go back in and into our actual queue. And we'll now just move the Highman Spearman into there. And you can see there, I can buy this one because I've already got 4 of 9. I'm about, it's now a 2-to-1 with this one, so I'm just going to buy that one. Now what I can do is I can go to the next one in line, which was the barracks, push the barracks in there. We've now got 9 of 30, so we've got, what's that, 21. So we're now a 3-to-1 with 63, so we'll just go and grab that. We buy that one, so we're slowly just getting a little bit of the money off, but we're just milking it a little bit to try to get it around that 50% line each time. Let's go to the granary this time. So the granary is now over the limits. We've got 10 left, so it's now a 2-to-1. So we go and buy that one. So we're not getting each of these units, by the way. We're just sort of moving across to where we sort of are. We now go to the library. Get the library in next. And so the library is, again, it's 20 left over, which is a 2-to-1. We buy that one at 40. And so we can sort of, with very minimal cost, we can start to pick up these more expensive units, more expensive buildings. And so I can now go and grab the shrine. And this is an exploit. So this one here, we've got 40 left over. We're only paying 80 on this one here. So the actual total cost has not been very much. Nowhere near as much as the 400 that it would have been last turn. We've still got heaps of gold left over, and we get our shrine straight away. So essentially, so we can get it fairly cheaply. Now I will actually put the library in next, and I'll keep this list in through here again as well. So we'll just close that one there. I'll just do it at high fort. I won't do it everywhere. But that is a bit of an exploit. So a bit of a elite tip there from one of my viewers on Twitch, actually, who sent me an email explaining how it worked, and it was fairly interesting. We got these sort of being built everywhere, actually, just to try to get on top of the unrest. Getting this unrest down low is going to be quite important. So I can do that in the other locations, but I won't exploit this everywhere. I'll just do it. I particularly want to get to a point where I can get the adamantine weapons on those high men units. We'll just go and close that one off. Everything else is working well. I'll just double check my cities and make sure we've still got housing and mud spray, so we will actually go across, go to the city, and just change the build queue in here. I can get another settler, which may be worthwhile, I think. I do want to get the dragon turtles and the javelineers as well with the Fighters Guild. If I get the temple is going to save me a little bit. The armory is also going to then start to move me across, which will then introduce the halberdiers. The library. Yeah, I think I might get that way. Go that way, get the temple as well. I'll just queue both of those up. We're going to start to sort of pick through the gold with this. Everyone else is now done okay. We'll just go and move this one in here. So we're now moving on to this particular node. This one at 7 power should be fairly lowly protected, but let's just see what's going on here. There's only one. There's a Naga through here. Now you can see there's a 10% chance we're going to be completely defeated. There's a 10% chance that we're going to win the battle but have most of our units killed. There's a 20% chance it's going to be a bit of a 50-50. 60% chance we'll come out of it with injuries and possibly some one unit dying. That's the most likely result. The Nagas themselves have got 6 damage, which is quite a bit. I think we might still go for it. Yeah, I think we'll actually go and have a bit of a look at this one. I do have to be careful with it though. Let's have a quick look. So, by the way, this is a sorcery node, and it's going to then be giving them it's going to be hard for us to cast spells. These guys also, if we have a look at them, these are fantastic units from the sorcery realm. And so they get all these different bonuses by being at this location. I think that we may get them in here as well. No, this is actually from the arcane realm, so we don't get the benefits. I thought we may have. Now, that one, just have a look and see how far it moves. It moves at 2, okay. So we'll, I wish I had archers, but we don't. I just want to milk it so that they end up right on the 2, so we can get at least one free hit. Let's just go and attack it with one of our archery amounts. Actually, we've got 4 ammo here, so the ammunition has gone up as well. I thought we only had 2. That was good. We're starting to do a little bit of damage there. Okay. And our turn. And she can just do a bit more. A little bit of damage, not much. Now that will then sort of start to break in a bit closer. I'm going to have to sort of run backwards a little bit with this. Good, they've surrounded themselves. Do another attack. That one we didn't get anything. I'm just going to hit with this. Now this is going to hurt. It's going to hurt us. Yeah, we almost got killed there. So we're to very, very small numbers. I need to get this one down. That was not good. That's good. We killed one of them. And we did lose a lot from that unit. I think now that we've done this, it's now safe enough for me to do the attack. I was not going to attack with this one. I was just going to hold the line, but I think we can now do it. We've got one attack with our halberdiers. Not enough to kill it. Took a bit of damage. We'll go this way now. There we go. We got there in the end. So we didn't lose any units. We got very, very close with those swordsmen. So that was quite tricky. That was very, very lucky that we sort of survived that one. Just click on OK. And so we've now learnt the summoning circle. That was one thing that we did actually get from this particular location. XP has gone up everywhere with this particular group. We'll just accept that. And we can now use the magic spirit to move into that one and claim this for us. Which will be good. Move the armies. And so that unit there, we then just go back into special actions, meld with the node. And so this one now flies our flag, and so our actual power is now up to 19. And so we're now getting 7 from the node income and 12 from the towns. So this will then just get better and better as time goes on. We've got at the moment 7 mana, 6 research and 6 casting spells, so we're a little bit over double what we started with. Move the army. Actually, we've just got a shrine down at High Fort. So High Fort, we're now in the same category that we were just in before. We've still got a lot of money left over. Now with the shrine, now what's that done? We no longer have any rebels, which does give us a little bit more production. We're now up to 6 production. So if we just continue on, I'll make this the last thing we do in this episode. So we'll go and what do we want? If we go back to our build queue, we can get the temple now at 200, but ultimately I think I want to get the Sages Guild and then go and get the which one was it? The Alchemist Guild at 250. This is going to be a bit of a long one. So the next one we want to try to get is the Sages Guild, which means that we need to then go and try to get ourselves, well, actually this one in here. We need to get the library to start with. So we just go back through the same set of build queues that we actually have in through this side. We'll just go and get this one into here. move that one across. Yeah, so we want the library ultimately. So this one here, a 2 to 1, essentially. So we buy that one. We then go across. We then pick up the, I think it was the barracks was the next one that we need to pick up. So we'll go and grab that one. This one is a, that's the 3 to 1. This one, there's a bit of a gap with that 3 to 1 in through there. But then once we get past that hurdle, we can then go and get this next one, which will end up being over the halfway mark. So it's a 2 to 1. And then finally the library, which we can get then fairly cheaply. And it's also just a 2 to 1 purchase. So we've still got a lot of gold left over, which is good. So that's I should measure that when we do that the next time. So the library's going to come next turn, so that's going to be good. And then we can sort of start from that process to get ready for the making use of the mithril. Moving the armies again. So we've got this unit now. I might have a look to see what's in here. Yeah, let's have a bit of a look just to see what's actually at that location. Move this army. So we want to get both the gems and the iron or whatever it was over there. This then sits nicely inside these other locations. So we now have the library that was now added at High Fort. So the next thing we want to get is actually the other big one. So we've got 6 left over through there. We've still got a fair bit of money. In fact, I might just finish it off with this. So we'll just go across. We're going to build. So what we want is the Sages Guild at 120. So that's the next thing. And then the Sages Guild then leads us on to the, when we hover over that one, it leads us on to the Alchemist Guild. So to get that one, we can then start here again with the Spearmen. Eventually I'll be wanting to get maybe Bowmen. Maybe something else as well, actually. I mean, eventually we'll be wanting to get some other higher level units. Perhaps the priests or the magicians would be good. But that's down the track. We don't need to do that one in the early part of this one here. So that's our next target. So the order that we're going to go is again like this. That one there is worth, I think it was worth 100. Was that worth 100? No, it was only worth 60. Let's grab a marketplace. The stables are 80. I've got a funny feeling this is 80 as well. No, the granary is only 40. So if we grab the granary and then the stables, we can then sort of queue them up. So that will be the order that we then go and buy the next one. So if we have a look at this one and just close this one off, and I'll just move this one right up to the front to start with and just to see what the cost would be. 342 is the actual cost for getting the Sages Guild. I think that we can still do it with the 283. So we've got 283 back in through there. I just wrote that down. So we'll come back and just evaluate what the cost of the Sages Guild ultimately ends up for us as. So we're going to go across. We're going to buy this unit. So again, we've got. So I'll just do a subtraction of whatever we have left over. So we've got buy in through there. Hopefully it's not going to be more than what we actually have. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So that one gets the first one. The next one we're going to get is the barracks. So we buy that one. Then the next one we're going to get is the granary, which is again just a 2 to 1. We buy that one. Next one we're going to get is the stable which is going to then be 80. So this is going to give us, that's going to be a 2 to 1 as well, I think, with the stable. It's going to then just take us across. Yep, so that's 40 left over. 80 is the cost. We buy that one. So we've still got 114 left over. So 80, and then we've got this one here at 120. So that's going to be less than the 2 to 1. And yeah, so we can buy that one for 80 as well. And so we end up with 34. So the actual amounts that we ended up having, I'll just do the quick calculation. Yeah, so by using this exploit, what we've done is we've actually gone from a building that should have cost us 342 has ended up costing us 249. So that's a saving of almost 100 gold just by rolling it through that particular pattern, which is fairly impressive actually. So it's a fair bit of gold ultimately, and so we've now get this one. It is an exploit, but anyway, that's the way that one does work. We'll just close that one off, so we can at least get that one now next as well. We're getting less and less gold as we get these big buildings as well, but this is an important one, getting the mithril. Let's continue on. Just move this one across. I want to find out what's in there. I'm just going to go and get her and have a quick look. These have got 2 Phantom Warriors. Now, the Phantom Warriors, what have they got? 6 units. These are illusions. I think if I attack them with my leader, they'll just fall apart very, very quickly. I think. I won't do it now, of course. Anyway, we'll figure that one out in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I will catch you then.